Hello! So, these are the hands from the Rockville Monday morning game at the Bridge Club at 11:15. And if you've never been to this club, well, you probably wouldn't be watching my video, but yeah, it's a very big game. I think they have 30-something tables between I think it's a non-life master section and the open section. But anyway, so let's get started. So I will be going over boards 1 through 27, although 3 of them we didn't play. So let's go ahead and get started. So board 1, north deals and passes, and east has 15 points over here, so they open 1 no trump. And south here, so actually my partner made a very interesting bid. He elected to bid 2 diamonds, which we play as showing diamonds and a major. And if you'll notice that that 1 no trump is called from the east-west, but 2 spades makes, but also east-west do make 3 hearts. So the 2 diamond bid is something that you might consider playing match points, because both of you are not vulnerable. So if you manage to buy it in one of your suits, and go down 1, and they were making 1 no trump, then that's going to be a good score for you. But, you know, it's pretty normal to pass. So let's just say you pass, and this hand passes, and everyone passes. So now south has an interesting lead. I would generally recommend you would lead a major in preference to a minor on 1 no all pass. Just because, you know, if your lefty had some major cards, they might have done something, but if they had a minor, they maybe, you know, couldn't do anything. But let's just see what they have. So east-west have 4 hearts and 1 spade, and they'll be able to set up 2 diamonds for 7 tricks, basically. And the diamonds don't break here. So I think, so yeah, so south leads a spade, and east should hold up for 2 rounds. And probably they'll just continue the suit. So then you win the 3rd round, and now you want to get to work playing the diamonds. So you want to maybe try a diamond to the queen, and then you should cross back in hearts and lead a diamond to the jack, just in case south has ace and 1 diamond. But once the jack of diamonds holds, then maybe you just want to cash out because you don't know what the club situation is. So I think it'll be pretty normal to make 1 here. And if south did balance, I hope you guys are playing negative doubles, because otherwise west has no bid. So if south balances 2 diamonds, diamonds, and a major, and north elects to bid 2 spades, then west can make a takeout double if that's what you're playing. If you're playing penalty doubles, then west has to pass, so you're going to get a 0. But but if you did get to hearts, then you'll have a good score, either because you play weak no trump or because you the opponents came into your auction and then you found your heart fit. Ooh, moving very okay. All right, board 2. Trying to get this set up here. Okay. So board 2, east deals and passes, and south passes, and west has an opening hand 8-10, 18 count with 6 hearts. So they're going to open a heart, and north passes, and east bids 1 spade. And it goes pass, and this hand will bid 3 hearts, and north passes, and east has 2 options. They can try 4 hearts, or they can try 3 no trump. And I think it's actually pretty close, but generally I would like to have definite double stoppers in all the suits to bid 3 no, although the 4x1 shape, and you know, you do have pretty decent stoppers in 2 of the suits, and your clubs are a little questionable. So I think 3 no or 4 hearts are both reasonable bids here. And the play is kind of not very much to it. North has a normal club lead against 4 hearts. They lead the king of clubs. And now you should win on the dummy and just hope for the best. Take the heart finesse, because you're playing match points. You want as many tricks as possible. and play the ace king, and you'll be rewarded when the hearts are 3-3. And then you can play ace king queen of spades, noting that the jack drops, cross in diamonds, and pitch one of your 2 minor suit losers on the 4th spade. So you should be able to make 6, but obviously you shouldn't be in it. And you won't be able to make 6 no trump for the exact same reasons, but it'll be a little scarier for sure, because you probably, if you bid 3 no, South will probably lead a diamond, which I think you'll feel comfortable winning the diamond actually. So you probably win the first diamond, and the play will actually go exactly the same if you do get to 3 no trump. But yeah, you'll either get to 3 no or 4 hearts, and that's definitely how you should play it. Alright, board 3, so South deals, and probably just opens 3 diamonds. And North has a very good hand, but not enough to look for slam, because for slam what you will need is the, you basically need your partner to have a control in clubs, and probably something else, as well as the king of diamonds. So I think it's just hoping for a little too much here. So I think that you just bid 3 no. And so East here probably is just going to lead, I think they would just lead their long suit, which is a club, and then they're going to catch their partner with, so their partner is going to win the king and probably cash the ace of clubs and play another club back. And at this point, I think, so you have 7 diamonds, and you have 1 club is 8, and you have 2 aces is 9, 10. So at this point you're going to have 10 tricks, and I think it's not super likely that you are going to get another trick here, since both of the finesses are offside, and you probably will be a little scared of taking a finesse now that the clubs are all set up. So if you can read the position, like if you can tell that your left-hand opponent, and your left-hand opponent does have to hang on to both the kings, but the good news for them is that they pitch behind you, so that if they can follow how many cards you have in the suits, they'll be able to know which major suit king to keep. They will have to pitch all their clubs, so you could probably take 1 finesse knowing that all the clubs are gone, but it'll lose. So I think you'll end up with the same 10 tricks that you started with, basically. And the only other consideration is that whether you should bid 5 diamonds, and I think that 3 no is just going to be much more likely to make. You definitely have stoppers in the majors, and the only concern is clubs. So certainly if your partner has something like a singleton club, and the jack of clubs is on your left, and they lead a club, then maybe you could go down when 5 diamonds is called. But I think that's just too much of a consideration here, especially playing match points. And in fact, I think that 3 no is just more likely to make. It's more likely to make more tricks. Alright, board 4. So West deals, and here they have 9 points. So they'll probably pass, and North passes, and East passes, and so South has the good hand, so they have 8, 10, 17, they have a 20 count. So they get to open to no trump. So now North has an interesting decision here. So they can certainly pass to no trump. I presume you play a 20 to 21 2-no. If you do elect to bid, you would probably bid 3 clubs Stamen, look for a heart fit on your way to 3-no. And the argument for bidding is that, you know, you only have 3 points, but it's a king, and you have very good spots, which can often develop into tricks here. But like, we'll say that most people are probably going to pass. So if you pass, then the West hand is probably going to lead a spade. And as it turns out, let's see what tricks you have. You have 2 spades, and you have 2 aces, and 2 clubs is 6 tricks. And you'll be able to develop 2 tricks in one of the red suits, whichever one you decide to set up. And I think that the easiest suit for you to develop is going to be diamonds here. And you should probably work on diamonds just on the basis that your diamond spots are better than your heart spots. As to how you should play the diamonds, the way generally you just have to guess who you're going to play for the short diamonds. Essentially, you only have one guaranteed entry to the board, so if you decide to play West for the short diamonds, what you should do is you should just lead a diamond up towards the 10. If he skies king, you finesse, and if it goes 10 queen, now you can try to drop the king. And if you play your right-hand opponent for the short diamonds, then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to cross to the board with your spade entry, and then play a diamond to the jack, let's say, losing to the king, and then try to drop the double-sum diamond on your right. But I'm guessing that you'll end up doing one of those, and hopefully you ended up making 2 no trump. And if you do play 3 hearts, oh yeah, so if you do bid Stamen and your partner bids 3 hearts, I think that there's argument for passing and there's argument for bidding 4 hearts. But I think that if you do elect to play in hearts, that you'll probably go down because it's a very tricky play. You can make it, but it's very difficult to play this contract with the 4-1 break. But I don't think many people will be playing 3 hearts. So board 5, North deals, and North has quite a good hand here. So they're probably going to open 1 club, and East overcalls a spade. And South has an interesting choice. They could either bid 2 diamonds, a little light, but, showcasing the main feature of their hand, or they can make a negative double to get those 4 hearts off their chest. It may be kind of hard for them to show their 4 hearts if they start with 2 diamonds, since they're not that strong. So, regardless, let's say you elect to double, then West bids 4 spades, and then North has an interesting bidding problem. And I think that my partner and I did talk about this hand, and we feel that actually the North hand should probably double, which is not a penalty double. This is just, it's like a card showing double, and your partner will actually very rarely leave it in here with any sort of distribution. And you can probably tell from the auction your partner has no more than a stiff spade and 4 hearts, so almost certainly they're going to bid one of the minors. And if they have a good hand, they might cooperate for a slam. But another option, if you want to just simplify the auction, is to bid 5 clubs. Certainly if your partner is like 1, 4, 4, 4, I don't know, maybe they just are going to pass your double because they don't know what you could be making. So if you do bid 5 clubs, it goes pass, and I think that South should have a 6 club raise, just because you have so many covers for your partner. You have a spade void, which, arguably your partner may already be bidding on your spade shortness, but you can't really be expected to have a void anywhere in general. And you have the ace of diamonds, and the diamonds may be a source of tricks for later, and you have king third of clubs, of course, that you didn't promise. So I think that your partner shouldn't necessarily be playing you for all this stuff to be bidding 5 clubs to make. Certainly you could construct some hands for your partner where they're taking a shot, like if they have something like 2 small spades, king third, stiff, and ace queen jack 10 7th maybe, or maybe even ace third. It might be hard to play this hand if your partner has a stiff diamond, for sure, because then your diamonds won't be good for tricks anymore. But I think that percentage is probably to raise to 6 clubs here. And if you do elect to bid 2 diamonds originally, it should go 4 spades, and now North should definitely just bid a slam. I think I would probably bid 5 no trump to try to just get clubs in the picture. Basically 5 no here is going to ask your partner to pick a slam, and because the auction has gone a club, a spade, 2 diamonds, 4 spades, 5 no, then they're going to be picking between diamonds and clubs, essentially. So, yeah. I think it's too hard to get to 7 here. So if you did manage to get to a slam, then that's good for you. And the only if they do bid to 5 spades, they might push you into a slam, actually. Board 6. Okay, East deals and passes, and South opens 1 spade, and West bids a no trump. And I think North has 2 choices. They can bid 2 spades, or they can double 1 no trump. And I think double is a little more flexible, although they may not like where the auction develops after they double. So if you double with the north hand, then East is going to run. And what they're probably going to do is, if you can redouble to show like one minor, you would do that. So you could redouble, pass, and partner bids 2 clubs. And now I think North has to show their spade fit. So they'll probably bid 2 spades at this point. And the question is, does East actually want to compete a little more? I'm not sure, but they might try 3 clubs. And then South may bid 3 spades. So I think that it's pretty normal for North-South to be buying this contract in some level of spades. Probably not 4 spades, because I don't think anyone really has enough to get to 4 spades, but they will play spades from the North-South. And so West should probably lead the King of Clubs. In general, you lead from honor sequences, and honor, honor, tight is a good sequence to lead from because it's never really going to blow a trick. And so it looks like, obviously you can tell from my lack of knowing that we didn't actually play a spade contract at our table. But it looks like you're going to lose 1 club, and that you're going to lose no hearts, and you're going to lose okay, so you're not actually going to lose a club because it can go on the King of Diamonds. So I think that you're just going to lose 4 spades and no anything else really. So I think that you should probably make 3. Of course, you may not play it to make 3 because you don't know about the spade jerk. But what you definitely should do is you should win the first trick, unblock the ace of diamonds, heart to the king, heart to the ace, ruff a heart. So now you're on the board, and now I think, yeah, I think that you can try roughing something to your hand, and you might try leading a spade up because you don't know about the break, but I think that's gonna be problematic for you. I think what you need to do is you probably just need to run your hearts through your LHO until they finally rough in, you over rough, and then continue doing that basically to make 3. And it does says that you can make 4 spades, so you may actually make 4 spades on that line, I'm not sure. Certainly the reason that North makes more than South is probably a trump lead will be able to hold you to making fewer tricks here. Alright, so South deals, and South has kind of an interesting hand. My partner elected to pass this hand even though we do play weak 2 diamonds, which, you know, I think that your hand is a little hard to describe certainly, and you have both majors, so pass is totally reasonable here. So you pass, and West probably passes, only 10 points, and North can pass, or they can open a light 1 spade in 3rd chair. If they do open 1 spade, then it should, this hand, 6, 10, 11 points with 4 triple 3 shape. I don't think I would double with this hand. So it should go 1 spade, pass, and South should bid 3 card Drury here. And if it's 2 clubs, then West has, you know, a lead directing double, or maybe they might even want to try overcalling in clubs. Regardless, North is going to make their weakest bid, and if they do overcall in clubs, competing to 3 clubs, South will probably compete to 3 spades, and that's where they'll play it. And so on the club lead, you can see that this contract is pretty brutal here. And I think that the best thing for you to do on an opening club lead, playing 3 spades from the North, is actually to pitch on this trick. And the reason that you want to be pitching on this trick is that you know, you have so many club losers. You have no late entries to the dummy, so you won't be able to, if you rough now, you won't be able to set up your diamonds and enjoy them. So you want to keep your ace of spades and the spade length in the dummy. And so unfortunately, you're just going to have to lose that club because you just won't be able to do everything you need to do. So in this case, you might as well pitch a diamond, just in case the hearts are such that your fourth heart might become good. So if it goes low and they win their ace, and now they have a pretty normal play of ace of hearts followed by the 10 of hearts to the queen king, and East probably will cash the jack of hearts now, which does set up the fourth heart. And so now you ruff, and you want to be drawing trumps here for sure, but it's still a little tricky. You're probably still going to go down one, basically, but you should actually be able to figure out that your lefty has the queen of spades, so you don't want to hook the queen of spades. And the reason that you'll be able to figure this out is that your righty's going to have already turned up with the ace of hearts and the ace of clubs, and presumably you're going to play a diamond now, and you're going to find out they also have a diamond honor, so they can't have the queen of spades. That would give them 12 points, and then they would have opened. So the key here is to pitch on the first club and then not take the spade finesse. So board 8, West deals and passes, and North opens 1 spade, and East overcalls 2 hearts. And if you have a mixed raise available, something that shows 7 to 9 spades and about, or sorry, not 7 to 9 spades, 7 to 9 points and about 4 spades, you would do that. Otherwise, you might try a simple 2 spades. Over a simple 2 spades, North will pass, and East will probably try 3 hearts. But actually, over simple 2 spades, West will bid 3 hearts, and East may actually bid a game. If you do make a mixed raise, then North may sign off in 3 spades, but it's not that crazy to just bid 4 spades because you know, like, I mean, if your partner has the right hand or the right shortness, you could make 4 spades, opposite a mixed raise for sure. And over 4 spades, East has a pretty decent amount of defense. So if their partner had raised their hearts, they may actually double 4 spades, which you do beat 1 trick. But if their partner never raised, they'll probably pass it out. And if you look 4 spades, there's not really anything to the play. You're just going to lose a heart, a diamond, and a club, and a spade. But now let's see what happens in 4 hearts in the East. So you are going to, they're probably going to lead a spade against your contract, so North will win the ace, and they'll probably fire back a club. And I think that, you know, obviously you need the club finesse on side to make your contract, but it's so unlikely when they play a club back at this point that I think it's right to just play your right-hand opponent for a singleton, especially if they did something exciting in the auction later on, like if it went one, you know, if they bid a spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades, 3 hearts, 3 spades, they have shortness somewhere, so I don't think you want to take this finesse. And if they just led away from the king into the queen 10-9 fourth, this is where you just congratulate your opponents and you're like, wow, you made a good play. But yeah, so you should probably just hop your ace of clubs and draw trumps and just like hope for the best, you know. I mean, this is a tough play to make for sure. It might be, if you play a club to your hand, if you take the club finesse, they play club back and your righty ruffs, they're going to play a spade, which you win, and now, you know that your righty has the ace of diamonds, so you might as well try a diamond up, you know. But regardless, if you do that, you're going to go down 2, and if you go up with the ace of clubs and just play ace of hearts, queen of hearts, and just give up on making your contract, you'll go down 1. So I don't know, I mean, actually it's probably right to, yeah, maybe it's right to go up with the ace and play a diamond up, hope that the heart is on side. It's a tough hand for sure. Alright, board 9, North deals and passes, and East has 13 points, so they open a heart. And South has not really a bid here. They have kind of a bad 4, 8, 10, yeah, kind of a bad 10 count, so I would just pass probably. If you wanted to be like super aggressive, you maybe could try an overcall, but I don't recommend it. Anyway, so now if you play Bergen, this hand has a textbook Bergen raise, but as I said before, if you don't, then you would just bid 2 hearts. But let's say that you make your Bergen raise, which shows 7 to 9 and about 4 hearts. And now North passes, and East has a very solid 13 count with a singleton. So with this hand, I think you just bid a game. 13 points and a singleton opposite a mixed raise is a game. So now South passes and West passes, and North actually now has a lot of information about this hand. They know that their partner has a singleton heart, so I think that North may actually try 4 spades here. Just, on the basis that their partner has a singleton heart, so they're probably buying some spade support, and you're a passed hand, so you're not going to have 6 spades. So if your partner only has a doubleton spade, they'll probably correct to their cheaper minor, and then you'll play 5 clubs instead. But, almost certainly it's going to be a cheap save, and you're favorable. So at our table, actually, that's how the auction developed, and I did bid 4 spades. And while you can actually beat 4 spades 3 tricks, it's a little tricky. I think it's normal to beat it 2. But also, if you try to get your club ruff, you're actually only going to beat it 1. But regardless, it's normal to make 4 hearts once you're in it. South has to lead the ace of diamonds and continue a diamond, and then North has to underlead their club to get another diamond ruff, and that's what you have to do. But against 4 hearts, I would just lead a spade, which is going to pick up the spade suit, and then once you pick up the spade suit, then you just lose a club and a diamond for making 5. So pretty normal to make 5. You may also make 4, but I'm not sure how. Some people did only make 4, but I'm not really sure how. So weird number to make. Oh, it's possible, I guess, if you lead a club, then your partner will shift to their singleton diamond. But I think that a spade lead is just much more normal here. Just because leading from King Jack 4th of clubs very easily could blow a trick. Alright, board 10. So East steals, and 5-10 has a pretty kind of, janky 10 count, so they probably pass. And South passes, and they open a heart, pass, a no, trump, I guess, pass, 2 diamonds, pass. Oh, sorry, they bid a spade. So heart passes spade, pass 2 diamonds, pass 3 diamonds, pass, and this hand wants to accept a game try, but they have no club stopper, so what they do now is they rebid their hearts, which doesn't show 6, because you didn't rebid 2 hearts, but, and your partner is going to rebid 3 no over this. So now South is just going to lead a club. So South leads a club to the ace, and North probably can't figure out a way, any reason to not play a club back. So they play a club back to the low. And now, so when your partner does play a club back here, as the South hand, you should be able to tell, because they play the deuce of clubs back. So what they're going to do is that from 2 remaining, they're going to play the higher one. So let's say that North had ace, 8, deuce remaining, they would play the 8 back. So when they play the deuce remaining, that's either their last club, or they started with 4 clubs, and East bid 3 no with no stopper, which is impossible, right? So it's actually right for you to duck this club, because you know exactly East's hand, that they have the queen and the 9 that are both going to be high. So what you're hoping is that you duck this club, and East may have some entry problems to set up that 4th club if they need it. But as you can see, East has just barely enough entries. So the first thing that you should probably do is you should work on diamonds, and it's pretty reasonable. There are numerous ways that you can play diamonds, but certainly ace of diamonds, since you're on the board, and then running the diamond will work, and it'll pick up Queen Jack 4th in the North hand. Since you can probably tell that South has this club length, then picking up the diamonds in the North is more likely and important. And then South will win, and probably not really seeing any better to do. They should just exit a heart, because they can tell that East has no more than 2 hearts, right? But they're not going after hearts. So probably East only has a singleton, since that's not their primary source of tricks here. But anyway, so then if you do that, now East can cross in diamonds and now drive out the club, and so then, you know, eventually they'll be able to make 9 tricks here. And yeah, so if you did get to 3-no, that's how you should play it, and you should make 9 tricks. And you should get to 3-no because East should invite in diamonds and West should accept. Alright, so board 11. So South deals 4, 7, 10. South has a 15 count and opens such. And it goes pass. And North, the way that people play Stamen in this area mostly is that if you bid 2 clubs, partner bids 2 diamonds, and you bid 2 hearts, that shows both majors, but usually with longer hearts if you have longer in either major. And the reason is that if you have just 5 spades, you just transfer to spades. So that's what you should do with this hand. So now, anyway, so you bid 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. Oh, sorry, South is going to bid 2 spades. So 2 clubs, 2 spades, and now North just has a garbage hand, so they pass. And so this goes all pass. So they should play 2 spades in the South. And, you know, I don't know what this hand is going to lead. I know what I would lead. I would lead a diamond as the least of all evils, because I really don't want to lead away from my king of clubs here. And a partner couldn't double 2 clubs, so it's not like they have like club honors. I mean, they probably won't be able to because you have 5 of them. But anyway, so I would lead a diamond personally. So if you lead a diamond, then it goes diamond to the ace, and they may play a diamond back, they may play a club back. Regardless, the club goes away. And you will probably score, you still have to set up the hearts, right? So it's a little tricky. You're either going to make 2 or 3 spades on the diamond lead, I think. They play something back, so you win, and you can just try a heart up. And you might try running the 9 of hearts, or you might play a heart to the king, which works out well on this deal. But you're going to have problems with getting tapped out in the minors, so I think it's best to just run the 9 of hearts. And if you run the 9 of hearts, they lose, they play minor, you win or bluff or whatever. You probably start drawing trumps from the board now. And so you probably draw trumps by playing a spade to the 10 queen. And then they are probably going to do best to just keep trying to tap you in the minors. So actually what's going to work out best for you is if you don't work on setting up hearts, but you just take the club finesse rather than giving up the... so you give up a club, a diamond, 1 heart, and 2 spades for making 2. I think if you just try to go after hearts, if you get greedy, they may actually beat you. So yeah. Alright, so West steals, and West probably should just open 2 diamonds if you have a weak 2 diamond available to you. And North, I think, is close to a 2 heart over a call, but probably should just pass. And East has a pretty decent hand, but I think that, you know, hoping for more than this from your partner is at white on red first seed is not likely. So, you know, I would personally just pass or bid 3 diamonds. You would probably expect to be making 3 diamonds, so I think maybe just a 3 diamond bump. And South passes, and this goes all pass. And North is going to lead a heart, and they're going to win the heart, and they're going to draw trumps, and you should probably unblock the heart just in case the trumps don't break, so then you get to cross to the king of diamonds and ruff your 4th heart. But they do break, so now you can try lobbing a spade up, hope that they duck their ace, and North should definitely win the ace, because you don't know if it's a singleton or not. And by now you know that your righty has turned up with the king of diamonds and the queen of hearts, because your partner will have played the jack on the 2nd heart. And so you can safely shift to a club and you'll cash your 2 club tricks. And it's safe to shift to a club because you know your partner must have a club honor here. So, yeah. And you definitely need to shift to a club because the king of spades is good, so they might be able to pitch their clubs on the king of spades. So they'll make 4 diamonds, basically. Alright, so board 13, North deals, pretty good hand here, 2 club opener. So 2 clubs, pass, 2 diamonds, pass, and now North bids 2 no, showing, you know, that thing that they show. Pass, and South should transfer to hearts and bid 3 no. And over 3 no, North is close between just bidding 4 hearts and bidding 4 clubs, which if you don't play this, if you open 2 no or whatever, and your partner transfers and bids 3 no, you can bid 4 clubs sort of as, like, I have a good 4 of a major bid. And obviously it doesn't make sense for 4 clubs to be natural because you've limited your hand, so you can't just randomly be showing clubs. So most experts do play that the 4 club bid shows a good raise to 4 of a major. Anyway, South just corrects to 4 hearts. And so East is probably going to lead the Queen of Clubs, which you might as well win in your hand with the Ace, because you want to preserve as many entries to the board as possible. And here you're going to have 2 options. You can try a low heart out, or you can try just playing Ace of Hearts heart. A low heart out will pick up King, Queen, Jack, 4th onside, whereas playing Ace and a heart will save you if there is a rough outstanding. So I think you just have to judge whether or not there's a rough outstanding, whether you want to be able to safety against King, Queen, Jack, 4th onside. So let's just say you play a heart out of hand, and East wins their Jack, and now they cannot continue clubs profitably because you'll be able to let this ride around to your 10. So looking at the dummy, they probably shift to a diamond, which you win, and now you can try the Ace of Hearts here, which is gonna draw that heart honor. And now what your goal is, you want to pitch your 3rd club on a spade if the Ace of Spades is on side. So now what you should actually do, I think, is just hope for the best. So you need entries to the board, right? So what I would do is now I would cash the rest of my diamonds, and then I would play a heart. And your righty will be in, and so what they should do is they should play the 9 of clubs back, which if they do that, now actually the club suit just picks up on its own and you give up the Ace of Spades. So kind of a lucky hand. You will actually make 4 hearts if you're in it. So board 14, East deals, and 5-4-2-2-11 count. Most people open that these days, so I would open a diamond. And South has a crazy hand, so they have a lot of options, but I would honestly maybe just start with 1 heart, just to kind of see where this auction is going, because I mean you certainly can't double because you don't have the points or the spades for that. So, you know, 1 diamond, 1 heart. And West bids 1 spade. And North probably musters off a 2 heart bid. And East bids 2 spades. And South should continue with 3 clubs to show that they have a really good hand. They're planning to bid a game since their partner raised, but they might as well show what their hand is about. Anyway, over 2 spades, I think West has 7 spades and a 9 count, and they know they have like 11 spades between them. Might try 4 spades. And of course North passes, and East passes, and South may try 5 hearts here. And over 5 hearts, it's kind of interesting. If you double 5 hearts, they'll go down 1. And if one of you bids on to 5 spades, which I'm not actually sure which one of you should bid on to 5 spades, but then you'll be plus at least 450 or 510 if they lead the wrong thing. And the play in both of these is not that significant. If they do lead a club, they'll get their 2 clubs. Otherwise, you can pitch like a whole bunch of losers after taking a diamond finesse, since it's king and 1 on side. So should someone bid for spades versus double? You know, I'm not entirely sure. I think if you're really confident in your agreements, West could maybe make a forcing pass, but East would probably double. So if your auction goes like that, you might actually just double off this contract of 5 hearts, which would be a good result for the opponents if you manage to do that. Alright, so South deals and passes. West opens a diamond. North bids 2 clubs. East here probably, they can double or they can bid 2 hearts. Personally, I would double, planning to bid hearts later to show a hand that's not quite strong enough to bid 2 hearts directly, or perhaps a hand with both majors. Yeah, I think if you bid 2 hearts, then you may actually lose the spade suit. So I would double, and it should go pass. I don't think South has enough to raise, although just because you're vulnerable, you know. So pass, and West is going to rebid 2 diamonds. And now North passes. They have 14 points, but it's not very good 14, and they have diamond length. So now East bids 2 hearts, and this should go all pass here. So then East will play 2 hearts, and actually the heart suit is quite friendly with the King-Jack of hearts on side. So South will lead a low club, and North should probably be able to work in to put in the 10, which is going to hold. And now, looking at the dummy, they might try the king of spades. So you win the ace of spades, and you're likely actually going to play a heart to the dummy here. So like a heart to the low, you have to guess whether to put in the queen or the 10. I would just play the 10 since my righty overcalled here. And this is going to lose to the jack, but they're not really going to have anything that they can really return, so they might just return the king of hearts. They don't want to play, you know, a diamond into the jaws, and they can't play the ace of clubs. So then you're going to win that, and you're going to draw trumps. And then, yeah, I mean, you're probably just going to work on spades now. So you're going to play a spade up, and as the South hand, you should probably realize your partner has king and 1 or king small. So you should definitely duck this spade. And the correct play here is to insert the 8, because you know that your righty has either king queen, which, you know, you definitely shouldn't play the jack there. You're basically only losing by to insert the 8 if they have king 10 doubleton. But so you're going to go 8, show out. And so now you can play ace king of diamonds and ruff a diamond. And, well, actually, sorry, you don't need to do that. It doesn't really matter at this point. So probably it's right to just play ace king of diamonds, ruff a diamond. After drawing trumps, hope that they're 3-3, which they aren't going to be 3-3, so then you're going to have to give up 2 spades to South eventually. So 2 spades, 1 club, and 1 heart for making 3. Alright, board 16. So West deals, passes, and North has 8, 10, 15 high card points, so opens a no trump. East passes, and South will transfer to spades, and you'll play it there. And so let's see what happens in spades here. Oh, actually, we did play all these boards. Well, anyway, so they're going to lead the ace of clubs, and your partner should discourage. So when your partner discourages here, pretty normal to shift to the jack of diamonds. You know, I don't know if it's right or not, but it's normal. So it should go jack, low, low, king. And now you play the ace of spades, and you have a normal safety play in spades by playing a spade to the 10. But the jack of diamonds is kind of ominous. They might be getting a ruff. So I think that you should actually just play ace of spades, king of spades, just hoping that the spades aren't 4-1, because you don't want them to be able to get a ruff. And then once you do that, you can lead the jack of clubs to the king, so then you don't have to take a hard finesse, which is on side anyway. So making 3 is a pretty normal result across the field, I think. Alright, 17. So North deals and opens 1 heart, and East bids 2 clubs, and South has this crazy monster hand. So they probably try 2 spades, and it goes pass, and North bids 2 no trump, natural, and East passes. And here, you should probably talk with your partner about whether you think 3 diamonds is forcing or not, but, you know, with some people play that if you can cubid cheaply with 3 clubs, then 3 diamonds isn't forcing, but let's just say you do bid a forcing 3 diamonds, and it goes pass, and North has a bad hand, and some diamonds, but double club stopper is going to bid 3 no. And that's going to go pass, and South should now continue with 4 diamonds to show that they have a very, very good hand. And over 4 diamonds, now actually North's hand is not so bad. Actually, their hand is bad, but they don't know it. Because to them, you know, maybe the ace king of hearts and the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs might be working. They have singleton and 3 trumps. So I would go ahead and cubid 4 hearts back to your partner. At which point I think your partner should probably they're just going to bid a slam after you can cubid 4 hearts, because they know they won't have 2 top losers. And you just kind of give up on bidding 7 here. You have no way to find out intelligently. So I think that a reasonable bid by South is to jump to 5 no, pick a slam, which we've talked about. Generally in jumps to 5 no or pick a slam, and then North will pick diamonds since they have 3 diamonds and a singleton spade. And then you'll play 6 diamonds, which basically you need diamonds to come in. You need diamonds 2-2 or the queen on side if you guess it. We're probably just going to bang down the ace king of diamonds, and then you'll be plus 920 for quite a good result. Alright, so East deals, and looks like they have some points, so they open a club, and South passes, and West bids 1 heart, and North passes, and East bids 1 no trump. Did I miscount their points? No, they just have 14. Okay, so they bid 1 no, and it goes pass, and here you might bid like a check back here, like 2-way new minor forcing, or 1-way, with 2 diamonds, I guess. Oh, sorry, why am I missing something? Okay, a club, pass, a heart, pass, 2 hearts, there we go. And so now West should make a game try here by bidding probably 3 diamonds, and East has a maximum hand, so they'll bid 4 hearts. So you play 4 hearts from the West here, and I think this hand has a pretty normal spade lead from the North. So you lead a spade, and you probably play the 10 to the 10 queen, and now they'll probably, they probably can't figure out exactly what to do. They can't really tell if a club shift is going to be safe or not, so they may just return a trump. And then I'm guessing that you're going to work on, you may want to try to take another spade finesse just in case they led from the king, but that's going to lose, but you're going to pitch your losing club on the ace of spades, and then you're just going to have to guess the diamond suit. So if you guess the diamond suit wrong, then you'll go down. If you guess it right, then you'll make it. If you somehow manage to get it played from the other side, which I think they opened a strong no trump on this hand, which I don't really agree with since you only have 14 and you're 4-3-3, then South has a tough lead, and if they manage to find the king of spades lead, there will be no problems making this contract, making 4 or 5. Alright, board 19. So South deals, and 5, 10, 11 with a singleton looks like an opening hand to me. So you can open 1 diamond, pass, North bids a heart, pass, now you bid 2 hearts, and now, which is a surprise to North. So definitely you should bid a game, but I think slam is a little bit far off here. So you are going to just bid 4 hearts here. And East is probably going to lead a club, or they might try a spade lead. If they do lead a spade, they're going to pick up the spade suit for only 1 loser. If they lead a club, then what you should probably do is you should play ace of clubs, ruff a club, draw trumps, and now lead your singleton diamond up, and just hope that they end up breaking spades for you. If not, you're just going to play spades the percentage way, which is eventually, you know, a spade to the queen and a spade to the 10, which is going to give you 2 spade losers and a diamond loser for making 4. But if you know, if you've got a friendly lead or they had a friendly defense, you certainly could make 5. So board 20, West deals and passes, and North has some hand. Let's see, 6, 10, 15. So they open 1 no trump. And this hand passes, South transfers to spades, and so you'll play 2 spades. And so now East should lead the ace of hearts, and they should be able to get a discouraging signal from their partner. So then they should probably shift to something, either a club or a diamond. It doesn't matter, actually, at this point. If they shift to a club, I would win the king of clubs and just take the spade finesse, which unfortunately doesn't work on this deal. But you're playing match points, you need to take the finesse. And this is going to lose, and maybe now East will shift to a diamond instead, and they'll win their ace and put a heart through. And then when you cash the king of spades, you see that the 10 drops, so you can actually overtake with the ace of spades and cash the 9, 8 of spades, drawing trumps. So eventually what should happen is you should lose 3 hearts and 1 diamond and 1 spade, and you'll probably make 2. If you decide to forego the spade finesse, actually the spade suit is very friendly, so you won't lose a spade. Or if your opponents decided to cash the ace king of hearts, which should not be done, because they should be able to read that their partner is discouraging them. So board 21, North deals and 11 and a stiff. We do open these hands, but this is, you know, you do have a little bit of a tough rebid problem, so it's okay to pass this hand at vulnerable especially. But we did open it, so 1 club, pass, 1 spade. And now I think West may try, West should probably just pass this. So 1 club, pass, 1 spade, pass, 1 no trump. And here East has the other 2 suits and 11 points, so they may try a double now. They may actually have tried a double originally, but we'll say they double now. And South can bid 2 spades, probably. And West might bid 3 hearts, because they have 5 hearts, singleton, and some points. And North passes, East passes, and South probably will compete to 3 spades now, and you'll probably buy it there. So with 3 spades in the South, West will lead their singleton diamond, and East wins the ace and plays a diamond back, and they will play the 9 of diamonds back to let their partner know that they want a heart back. So they get their ruff, and now they shift to a heart, so you win your ace, you lead the 10 of spades, and East should just split their spade honors, because they can see that if they split, you won't be able to pick up your honors. So they put an honor in, South wins, draws another round of trumps, and basically, you know, I think the best thing for them to do now, doesn't really matter what they do, eventually it's just going to be on the ace of clubs on side, which it is. So you'll be able to make 3 here. If you don't get your diamond ruff, though, you will let the opponents make 4. So I hope you return a diamond after your partner led the 10 of diamonds. So board 22, East deals 13 count, so they open 1 heart. And South has an interesting decision here as to how many spades to bid. So yeah, how many spades to bid? 1 heart, and I guess, you know, you just bid the normal number of spades, which is 3. So 1 heart, 3 spades, and that kind of gives West a really tough problem here. And I think that West is just going to pass with the singleton heart. And North will probably raise to 4 spades. And I don't think East quite has enough to do anything else. so they'll probably pass, and we'll actually play 4 spades undoubled in the north-south, which, as you can see on the heart lead, is going to go heart, heart, heart ruff, ace of spades, and you're also going to get the ace queen of diamonds. So probably going down a few tricks here. If you decided to do something over 4 spades, I just don't think you have enough hand at vulnerable to do anything. So if the auction started this way, I don't think that you should bid. But if you did, you could continue with 4 no trump, asking your partner to pick a suit, you know, and which your partner will pick clubs, of course. And North will probably double you in clubs. So you'll play 5 clubs doubled, which goes down 1. So that's definitely a win for not bidding here. So now South deals and passes, pass, and North has a balanced 11 count in 3rd seat, vulnerable. So I think it's actually right for North to just pass this hand. You know, you don't really want to open up this whole can of worms here. And East is going to open 1 heart, and South should stick in a 2 diamond overcall. West bids 2 hearts, North bids 3 diamonds, and that's going to end it. And now, I don't want to go through the play in too much detail, but if you do play it carefully, then you can be down 1 and 3 diamonds, which is going to be a good score. Obviously, down 2 is going to be a terrible score. Now, if your opponents didn't come into this auction and you got to buy it in 2 hearts, South is probably going to lead the king of diamonds, which is going to give them 1 diamond, 1 spade, 1 club, and 1 heart for making 3. Now, West deals and passes, and North, pretty normal 3 heart opener. So 3 hearts, 3 spades. South has kind of a weird hand. They don't think they're making 4 hearts, but, you know, it's possible that, you know, you don't really want to defend 3 spades. That's probably making on the dime. So they might try 4 hearts. If they pass, I think West has a close decision whether to bid 4 spades or pass. I think your hand just sucks too much, so it's totally reasonable to just pass and be happy that you found a good spot. So if you manage to play 3 spades, making 3, then you get a great result. However, if South does bid 4 hearts, of course you bid 4 spades, and you'll play 4 spades down 1. Not really anything to do here, just lose 1 trick in each suit. Alright, so board 25. North deals 10 count and passes, and East passes, and South is, you know, kind of a bad hand, but 3rd seat might try a diamond opener. But let's just say you pass. It's a pretty gross looking hand, right? And anyway, so now 1 spade here, and North might just try a takeout double now. Now that you're a passed hand, you can't have much more than this. You're not vulnerable, and you want to get into this auction. So 1 spade double, 2 spades, and now South will bid 3 diamonds. And I don't think anyone can bid 3 spades over this, so you would just play 3 diamonds here. And so they'll probably lead a spade to the low ace, and then just be careful to play a low spade back to the queen king. And unfortunately, if you do this, you're going to let 3 diamonds make, because they can't play hearts from their side. So actually what you needed to do is, after winning the spade, you needed to play a heart through, and your partner needs to insert the 10 of hearts to knock out the king, and then when you get in with your ace of diamonds, you can cash 2 hearts. But it's very tough. If your opponents got to 3 diamonds, they very likely made it. And I don't think anyone really has a 3 spade bid, and you don't make 3 spades anyway. So, back to this other hand. If your South partner did open 1 diamond and they overcalled a spade, then you might as well bid 2 diamonds. I think that in standard you don't really bid a no trump with no stopper. And your other option is a neg double, but that's bad if your partner does bid 2 hearts. So I think you just bid 2 diamonds. They bid 2 spades, your partner will just compete to 3 diamonds, and you get the same good score. Alright, we're winding up here. So, board 26, East deals and has 15, so they open a no trump. And if you have a penalty double, this is an awfully great time to make a penalty double here. But if you don't, then you pass, and West passes, and North passes. A lot of people don't really play penalty doubles in this situation for sure. So what should you lead as the South hand? Actually, it's interesting. Well, you do have all of the entries and stuff, so I think that Ace of Clubs is not a bad lead here. Just to take a look at the dummy. And when you see the dummy, this is actually a funny hand. If you play standard carding, your partner is going to play the 9 of clubs, so you're probably going to continue a low club. And if you play upside down carding, your partner's 9 is going to look discouraging, so you're not going to continue clubs for now. But, you know, regardless of what you do, at some point you will figure out the club shift, I think. Regardless, you're always going to have 3 clubs, and 2 hearts is 5, and 1 diamond is 6, and you're either going to get the king of spades or your 5th club. So 1 no down 1 is a pretty normal result here. And last board. So South deals, and here South has 8, 10, 13 high card points, so they open 1 diamond, and West passes, and North bids a spade, and East makes a takeout double here, and South is almost a 3 spade jump. If you want to bid 3 spades with such good spots, that's fine, but otherwise you can just bid 2 spades, and West has a pretty decent hand to respond with, so they'll probably come in with 3 clubs now. And North with the 5th spade is going to compete to 3 spades with the law of total tricks. East will pass, and South may pass, or, you know, actually, if you feel like you're underbid your hand with 2 spades, you might actually bid a game now. Normally, you don't raise your partner when they compete, but here, if your partner has a good reason to compete, then you know that your singleton club is working, and they may have a 5th trump, which, you know, will make the play a lot better for them here. And so East is going to lead the king of clubs, and when you see the dummy, it can be very tempting to shift to the king of hearts, because that's the other suit that dummy has. But what you should realize actually is that, you know, you may actually develop yourself some spade tricks by tapping the dummy. So the best defense actually is for you to continue a club, which is a little tricky. So now North ruffs with the 9, and they may try to take a diamond roughing finesse, pitching a club or a heart on it. But your partner shouldn't cover, and they should, and then you get to rough this trick, and then you continue a club, which they're forced to rough, and eventually they will not be able to come to 10 tricks. So they'll either be in 3 spades making 3, or 4 spades down 1. Now the only other thing is that if they actually don't take a roughing finesse, like if they rough the spade, or rough the diamond, if you do rough, you should rough with the 6, or the, you know, one of the high ones, right? Then you should not over rough with the king, because you want to maintain your trump length here. And I think that if you do this, you'll also hold this to 9 tricks here. Okay, so yeah, so those were the boards that we played in the open game. They had a few extra boards. Unfortunately, I did not play any of them, but I hope you enjoyed, and hope it was pretty clear. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or just talk to me in person. And see you next time.